late to fix lazy.
Hello YouTubers, this is the noobifier. I guess today I'm going to be asking for two things, either clarification from CIG about the backstory in this ship's naming choice, because it's possible that I'm actually missing something, right? That there's like a deeper meaning to it. And also, as it's not too late to change, please consider something that makes more sense, CIG, or perhaps something that's more appropriate. The org enemy contact meets weekly, and during that meeting, collectively we could not come up with a single angle or justification as to why Expanse had anything to do with a small refinery ship. So it's going to be a short video, but I'd like your help in the comments to either confirm why the name makes sense to you, which of the suggested names you may like, or suggest your own name. Let's begin. MISC. A ship company that's been with us since Kickstarter. Musashi Industrial Starflight Concern, which as it turns out is a pretty dumb name itself. Musashi is a Japanese philosopher, is a province in Japan, and was the name of a warship based on some research. And concern is a word that's used to describe a merged company. But concern is only really used in Germany to describe that. So it seems like whoever made up the fake name began by liking MISC and then built an acronym, bashed some words together around to flesh out that name. So it's probably too late to address that one, and it wasn't until researching for the segment that it actually bothered me, because most people just call it MISC anyways, and I think that's fine. So the point of the video is not to make every single name in the game describe exactly what the thing does, and you know a name is good when the community also makes a nickname for it, like the Lancer, or like the Cutty Black, which is perfect as a cutlass is a sword used by pirates, and it's like a pirate ship, right? Drake is associated with pirates. And another thing while we're on this mini rant is something like Hoverquad is fine as a nickname, but man, that name is also really lazy, right? It's like they just slapped the development name onto it because it floats and has 4 nacelles. So not to bore you with the nitpicky bitch session anymore, I don't aim to beat up on CIG today, and we press on. We explore MISC ships in alphabetical precedence. An endeavor is an effort to do or attain something. The ship is based on science and exploration. I give the name an 85% as it makes sense. Freelancer is a person who is self-employed and not necessarily committed to a particular employer long-term. This makes sense because the series of ships is medium entry, small crew, entrepreneurs who want to take a job of opportunity and make some money. I give that name a 95% or a 99 because it's not only a great name, but it's also a solid throwback to another Chris Roberts project. Hull is the name of a chassis of a ship, the hull, but Mule, A through E, might have been better, so I give Hull a 70%. An Odyssey is a long, complicated journey. This exploration ship and its ability to make its own fuel is in perfect harmony with its name, so I give it a 99%. A prospector is a person who goes out and finds valuable resources and separates them from worthless dirt. Prospector demonstrates a 100% gold standard in naming ships. The name not only sounds good, but it also describes the role and function perfectly. Razor is a precise blade, the sharpest just below surgical scalpel. Racing is focused cars, boats, and planes that are high performance and known to be agile, thus carving corners with precision like a razor. So I give that one a 99%. Reliant itself is a bit odd because it's the opposite of reliable, as it's reliant on something. It's dependent. So a starter ship being reliable is good, but I suppose you can consider that the pilot might be reliant on the ship to get the job done or survive. Then yes, of course, it was also an epic ship that Khan took over in Star Trek II. Odd name choice, so I'm going to give it a 67.2. Starfarer, a ferry or to be ferried around, a nautical transporter, a voyager of the stars. I suppose it's better than calling it the MISC gas truck. So I give it 65% for lack of creativity. And now we have the Expanse. Trendy, a cool TV show set in space. The direct definition of an expanse is a huge flat surface of land or sea. In the context of space, it's a void, a huge blackness. So what the does that have to do with a tiny one-person industrial ship converting ore into a refined product and expelling dust all over the place? Expanse, like Odyssey or Endeavor, should actually be reserved for the next real character killer, an exploration or surveying ship, something worthy of that great name. So CIG, please consider ending this lazy madness before this great concept is released. I love this new ship and everything it offers, but please give it a simple name change. I have a list that we brainstormed to be more appropriate names, and it's critical that you comment your comments in the comments. Tell us what name you like, and tell me if you like the current name, Expanse. Here we go in loose order. The MISC Process, or MISC Processor, a name similar to Prospector that fully describes the function. We have the MISC Alchemist. Alchemy is the medieval process of transforming low-value material into higher-value material through magic. The MISC Sift. The sift is a tool used by, of all things, a prospector to separate debris from dirt before panning the gold from the sand. Some suggested that the name Crucible would have been perfect for this ship because a crucible is a simple tool that's used to crush things to dust. That name has already been committed and somewhat wasted on a flying garage. Anyways, you guys know what the channel's all about. Short and to the point, the video will work better with your engagement. Share it with others. Perhaps it's not too late to help the dev team come up with something more appropriate. Thanks very much for spending your time with me. Fly safe, and I'll see you in the verse.